Hare Krishna everyone, I'm Kavya Budhiraja and welcome back to Being Krishna Conscious. So today we're going to talk about a very interesting thing. We all have heard a lot many times that, don't worry, God will protect you. He's always there for you. But then how do we know? And are there any real life examples from whom we can actually understand that this does happen? Well, today I'm going to tell you a story which will inherently prove that God does save you. So without any further delay, let us begin with this video. Hari Hari Bol. Once, there was a group of 6 people. They were going somewhere, and in the middle of the night, they all realized that they were actually stuck in a thunderstorm. So, obviously, they had to take a halt, and they saw a house nearby. It was a hut, not a very strong one, but then they took refuge of that hut and they all went inside, just for the sake of protecting themselves from the thunderstorm. And they could all hear that the lightning was striking really close to the hut, and all of them were very scholarly, all of them were very learned, they had read shastras. So they all started discussing various Vedic scriptures and all of the verses from there. And then they all thought that it could be a probable scenario that one of us is destined to die today from this thunderbolt, and because of that one person all of us may die. So it is better that that particular person may be isolated, maybe separated from this particular group, so that all of the other persons could be saved at least. So they all came up with this plan that all of them, one after another, that is separately, would go out of the hut. There was a tree nearby, probably a few yards away. They would go, touch that tree and come back. And if that one person gets isolated, then the lightning would actually strike that person and that person would die, and obviously all of the remaining people would be saved from this atrocity. So they all agreed to this. So the first person went. Now he was quite hesitant because the weather was really bad and they were obviously scared for their own lives. So the first person stepped out of the hut, went to the tree nearby, touched it and ran back towards the hut. And likewise, the second person, third person, fourth person also went and came back, and nothing happened. Now, the turn came of the fifth person. Now, he was quite scared because after him, there was only one person left, which means that it was actually 50-50 chances that he might die on his way towards the tree and coming back. But as decided, he had to step out. So he went there, he was very hesitant, he touched it and ran towards the hut. Well, he was saved. Now ultimately, each and every person in that group knew that it was actually the sixth person who was destined to be killed by the lightning. So they all said, "It's your turn, you should go." Now this person was actually very scared for his life. He said, "Now you all know it's me. Please don't let me go. Let me just stay here. We'll all be safe." So he was trying to assure each and every person, but obviously, as per the rules, he had to go. So frightening, he stepped out and he went towards the tree, very much scared for his life. And the moment he touched the trunk of the tree, all of a sudden, the thunderbolt, the lightning, struck the entire hut, and all of those 5 people who were present inside the hut, they all died immediately. So, what happened? We can observe that all of those 5 persons were actually destined to be killed on that very night. But only because of that one person, that sixth person, because he was present in their association, even those remaining people were saved from being killed. So just because of that one person, all of them were saved, at least for that much amount of time. So that is what happens in our surroundings as well. We have so many people around us who we do not even know might be there with us, might be there in our association, probably protecting us from a very dangerous atrocity. A devotee's life is just like that. A devotee is par dukh dukhi. And because a devotee is priya, a devotee is very dear to the heart of Lord Shri Krishna, to our Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna, that is why, with the association of that pure-hearted devotee, even those around him are saved from a very, very harmful atrocity. We sometimes have this attitude that, oh, this devotee is causing so much trouble in my life. Why am I even in this devotee association? It's of no use. It can sometime come into our mind. But we should always remember this, that it is only because of the power, of the purity of that devotee, that even Sri Krishna comes down to personally protect Prahlad Maharaj, to personally give darshan to Dhruva Maharaj. So, what to say of all those people who are actually in the association of that one pure devotee? Srila Prabhupada used to always mention Padam Padam Yat Vipadam. I've heard this in a lot of his lectures. It comes in our scriptures, Padam Padam Yat Vipadam. Pad Pad Par Vipada hai. On every step, there is harm, there is danger, there's this dangerous situation. Just like we are walking and it's raining and the road is filled with rainwater, and all of a sudden, a person goes into the tube well. Well, you don't know. Padam padam yatabe padam. We might get bitten by a snake. That's a very common example that Srila Prabhupada used to give in his lectures. So we have to see that there is danger because this world is dukhalayam ashashvatam. Dukh is bound to happen. This world is not designed to give us sukh, because sukh can only be found when we are connected with that personality who is in sukh, which is Sri Krishna. So, because we are living in such a world, it means that dukh is bound to happen. But we should actually focus on finding the solution of this dukh. Is there any solution by which I can actually relieve myself from this pain which is bound to happen? And this is where the power of association or Sangh comes into picture. The power of devotee association or Sadhu Sangh. Please kindly take a note. When I say sadhu, I don't mean only those people who are wearing kanthi mala, who are wearing tilak, or who make a show of being a devotee, or who look like that he is a bhakt. I'm talking about the real sadhu, which our shastras talk about. That person is a sadhu who is constantly engaged in hearing, in glorifying, in doing kirtan of the Supreme Lord. That is a sadhu. Not that person who looks like a sadhu, but that person who is a perfect servant of the Lord. There is this feeling that I want to serve the Lord and I want to give my Lord to each and every person, just like Srimati Radharani, just like our beloved Sri Nityananda Prabhu, of whose glorious appearance day we would be celebrating in just a few days. And it comes in our Shastras, that person who is a perfect servant of the Lord can be the perfect master, the perfect guru, and he has the power to give Krishna, to give God to each and every person. There's a very, very beautiful Vaishnav bhajan which says, Krishna se tomar, Krishna dite paro, tomar shakati ache, O he Vaishnav Thakur, doyar sagara, ida se karuna kori. Hey Vaishnav Thakur, that Paramacharya, that Vaishnava, the worshipper of Lord Sri Krishna, Krishna se tomar, Krishna is yours. Krishna dite paro, tomar shakti ache. Krishna is yours and you have the power to give your Krishna to me. I am only running after you, shouting Krishna, Krishna. Please kindly recommend to your Krishna that here is a fallen soul. Please kindly accept him. So this is the power of a pure devotee. Advaita Acharya, just on the power of one tulsi leaf, he invoked Krishna to come personally as Sriman Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who said, Prithvi te ache nagaradi gram sarvatra hoibe moranam. He made this prophecy, he made this prediction that in every town and village there would be Sankirtan, there would be glorification of the holy name of Sri Krishna. That Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is none other than Sri Krishna, with the bhav, with the heart of Srimati Radharani. That is the power of a pure devotee, and that is the power of the purity as well. So when we come to this path, we should actually aspire to get that purity. What we should pray for from Sri Krishna and also from our Guru, please kindly give me just an iota of the purity that you have towards the Lord. And if at all we are successful enough to get just 0.00001% of the love, of the purity that they have towards the Supreme God, Krishna, then it is doubtless that our life would be definite success in this very lifetime. So, to ultimately conclude, does God save us? Yes. Krishna is so ready to save us all the time. He is always with us. But the only condition that we need to fulfill is that we need to have a strong desire to connect back with Him. We need to have a strong desire to serve Sri Guru and Sri Krishna. And then we'll observe that everything that happens in our life would be not less than a magic or a miracle. हरि हरि बोल, जय जय श्री राधे श्याम, जय जय श्रीला प्रभुपाद, निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल।